everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm doing a brush comparison of the MAC 217 and the Crown C433. Okay, so as you can see, I have 3 of these brushes on the right here, and then I have 1 over here. And this is one of my most commonly used brushes in any video I do, and as well as in real life. I really love these brushes a lot, and the main reason I wanted to compare them today is because I got a lot of questions on Crown brushes, and do I like them or not? What do I think of them? What's the quality versus MAC? And I see this talked about a lot on beauty blogs I follow on YouTube and that kind of thing. So I wanted to quickly compare them today. This one on this side is the MAC 217, and this is the Crown brush C433 Pro Blending Fluff Brush, okay? The MAC 217, let's start with that. I've had this brush for close to 3 years. It retails now for $23. You can get it at MAC counters, you can get it at MAC freestanding stores, you can get it online. It's a really great brush to have, and it's most commonly used for blending your eyeshadow through the crease of your eye. It's also flat enough that you can place eyeshadow with it too, so that's kind of what makes it one of my all-time favorite brushes, because it's travel friendly. You can kind of do a couple different things with it, and it's a really good quality brush. The Crown brush alternative that I'm comparing it to is the C433. I've only had this brush for about a year. I bought it first at IMATS LA last summer in June, and again this January at IMATS LA I bought 2 more. At the IMATS shows, this brush runs about $2.50. So already, compared to the MAC brush, this is a small fraction of the price. I can't really say to the longevity of this brush because I haven't had it as long as the MAC brush, but you know, $2.50, you can't really beat that. That is really as cheap as it's going to get when it gets to brushes. I mean, you can get some e.l.f. brushes for $1, but Crown brushes for $2.50, they're really good quality and I love them. And so I'm not an expert, but to my knowledge, both of these brushes use real hair. So that's not synthetic hair, this is actual real hair. It's probably goat hair or something like that. And a lot of companies will dye the hair white so they look like goat hair. But I'm not really sure what the hairs are from, but I'm almost positive both of these brushes use natural hair. When it comes to shedding, using either of these brushes, I have had 0 shedding when using these brushes on my eyes. However, with both of these brushes, I will occasionally see hair breakage when doing spot cleaning with an alcohol solution. So I would say more so with the Crown brush than the MAC brush. It's definitely more noticeable with the Crown brush. Say when I use MAC's brush cleanser or the Perry & Spirit brush cleanser, it's kind of an alcohol solution. I'll put it on a cloth or a paper towel, swirl my brush in it, and you might see some itty bitty white hairs kind of like break off. You know, it's very slight. There's not a lot of hairs breaking, but they will break occasionally, and that's something to think about. If you're washing your brushes a lot, or if you don't have a lot of brushes on hand, you're going to need to wash your brushes more. Thus, more hair will be breaking. Thus, you might not have that long of a life for a brush like this. So it's nice to have a couple on hand, or you might want to invest in the MAC brush. Okay, so let's talk about shape. So here are the 2 brushes, it's just straight up, and here are the 2 brushes on their sides. So as you can see, the MAC one over here is a little bit more full, whereas the Crown is a little bit more flat. And then just turn back straight ahead. They really do, kind of looking straight ahead, they kind of have the same kind of full shape to them. When it comes to brush density in the hairs, I don't have the best camera here, guys, but I want to show you from this angle. This one is the MAC brush. This one is the Crown brush. So as you can see, the MAC brush is a little bit more fuller, whereas the Crown brush is a little more thin. Here they are extremely close up, so we'll get them side by side. And I mean, they really are pretty much the same height too. I mean, as you can see, Crown and MAC. When it comes to density and feel of the fibers, I'll hold them like this. This is the MAC. This is the Crown. So overall, very, very soft fibers on the MAC brush. Pretty soft fibers on the Crown brush. If I was to choose it on softness of fibers alone, the MAC would win. The Crown is not bad though. I recently just washed these both with baby shampoo. They held up great. I've washed them many, many times, especially the MAC one because I've had it for about 3 years. So, you're probably asking yourself, are they dupes? You want to know? What's my opinion? No, they are not dupes for each other. As you can see, there were differences, especially in the bird's eye view, where one is more full and one is more thin and narrow. So that's really going to impact how you apply your makeup. If you think about, the way it's applying on your eyes, if you have something that's like a finer point, you're going to get more of a stripe. Whereas if you have something that's like blown out a little bit, it's going to give you more of a soft kind of like airbrush effect. So if you're thinking like, it's like the difference between using a skinny pointed marker and a fat pointed marker. If you press straight down, you're going to get a different effect from both markers. So that's a way to think about these brushes. They are not exactly the same, but they are very similar. Do I think you need both, or do I think you need to get one or the other? That really depends on how much you use makeup and what your budget is. I love having both because if I want to do something a little more precise, I can have this. If I want to do something a little more soft focus and blended, I can use the MAC brush. I really love having both because I love just having an abundance of clean blending brushes on hand for when I'm at home, because I just hate germs. I hate the idea of spreading germs repeatedly across my eyes, and I hate getting styes in my eyes. That is just really painful. And I also love having clean brushes on hand to do my friends' makeup when they come over. So yes, I think you could live with having both, especially if you get the Crown brush at like IMATS or another event, or in a kit, or on Haute Look on clearance. This brush is about $2.50. I mean, I'll link where you can get it online below so you can know the full regular price, but I got this brush for $2.50, so I absolutely think that you can have it and also own the MAC 217 and have a full, well-rounded kit. But if you can only afford one, I would say go with the Crown brush and then maybe have the MAC 217 on your wish list for your birthday or for the holidays or other special occasions like that. So yeah, there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this like mini comparison of the MAC 217 and the Crown C433 brush. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!